darkest roads and up in the clouds. But I've always felt that something's missing. That was until I found you right there in the crowd. You came into my life and started a fire. You made me feel like I could touch the sky. Oh, there's nothing missing now that you're my desire. Now all I have to do is to make you mine. 'Cause I know, and you know what we could be. Like a song, like a perfect melody. Baby, don't say you don't believe in me. 'Cause you know, and I know, we're onto something good. You know, and I know, we got something good.
Village, it's been what, a week and a half now? So, thank you all for coming back. Thank you so much for your support. And I am do y'all still hear my music? I still hear my music. That's interesting. But again, thank you so much for coming back. Please like, share, and we're gonna get into it in the comments. I am always looking at them after the show. I don't have the ability to multitask and do everything while I'm in the show, but I am definitely looking forward to getting over there and responding to all the comments. But listen, I wasn't here last week because I went to the Seabreeze Jazz Festival in Panama City Beach. Oh my God. Listen, y'all remember when Oprah had that outside festival? It was like a gospel festival, and they were all out there in their Sunday best. It was like that, but more of a casual, hey, Kwana, it was like that, but more of a casual type environment. And there was all these people, like thousands of people. We were all outside, which made me feel comfortable, especially with COVID still looming. But it was phenomenal. And so I wanted to share with y'all some of the people that were there. So the first night, the Jacksons was there. How they came to the jazz festival, I don't know. But they were there. I didn't see them. But I did see George Benson. And that was phenomenal. The next day, I saw Boney James. That was phenomenal. I'm just going to give you names that I think y'all might know. And then I saw Regina Bell. It was so phenomenal. So I shared some of that coverage on my page. So if you get a chance, go over there and check it out. I have a few videos and some pictures. Now, for tonight, we are talking about conditional love. It's always somebody who's going to put requirements on you to qualify for their love. Come on now. It's 2023. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that. So what I mean is, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I used to do this. So I'm qualified to talk about it. I would have a special someone in my life, and I would be like, I wish you would just stop doing that. I wish you would always, you do that too much, or sometimes, you just do this and this and that. And so I would always kind of like say something negative to make them adjust. To keep me happy, to keep me satisfied, to keep me in that place where I was like, you get my approval. Now I like you, now I love you. And we all know people that do that. They make you feel like you are not enough. Just you. How you chew, how you walk, how you dress, how you wear your hair, whatever type of things that make you uniquely you. I remember I, dated someone and they liked long hair. At the time, mine was not as long. So, I felt like I needed to always wear my hair longer and, spent that money to get my hair longer because that's what they liked. That's conditional love, right? So we cannot continue to allow people to put conditions on us to qualify for love, for acceptance. That's really, when you think about it, that's really what it boils down to is acceptance. So, what I wanted to do is go over maybe some examples of what I feel like are some things that I've encountered, maybe some things that I've experienced or I've even done in the past. At this stage, I try to accept people for who they are and how they are, because if you don't, you miss out on them being their unique, authentic self, feeling comfortable around you, laughing how they want to laugh, walking how they want to walk, dressing how they want to dress, eating how they want to eat. If you don't allow people to just be themselves, they're always on edge trying to make sure that they don't do something that's going to cause you to pop off, or you don't want to do something to cause someone else to pop off. So it's very important to make sure that we are accepting people for who they are and for how they are. So let's dive in. The first thing we want to talk about is, um, you ever noticed that there's those relationships that the center of the relationship is money? Come on. So if you don't pay for this, or if you don't give me money, or if you don't do this or that, then we're gonna be in an argument. That's conditional love. So I know a lot of people that are in these type of relationships, and for whatever reason, they are becoming more and more popular. I hear some of these younger people talking about, well, they got to pay for this and pay for that and pay for this. And low key, I kind of feel like, there's a lot of, little prostitution going on and stuff, well, low key, but that's just what people's flavor is now. Um, so, I mean, I know that that wasn't probably something you was looking at hearing today, but when you think about it, if there's money exchanging for any type of services, that's basically where we're going. That's exactly what that is. So, that was one of the things that I know of that is happening right now. If there's any type of a money, that's a condition of the relationship, or a condition of my affection, a condition on how I treat you, then you know that's an exchange for services and money. You put it in whatever category you want to put it in. I already called it out. The other one is, like I said earlier, it's like about your looks. There are people who feel like, if I don't have, if my waistline is not snatched, if my bust line is not protruding, if I don't have what they call them, a BBL, or what have you, then then um then they're not going to accept me. For me, they want the image of what they feel like might be beautiful, or what they are attracted to. And so again, these are conditional situations that you feel like you have to go and alter your body, alter your looks, and fit into a category that you're not really comfortable with, and that's not just who you are. And I want to say to, these ladies out here, please don't ever feel like you have to create an image to fit in. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are beautiful just the way you are. And all I feel like you need to do is just smile. You don't have to put on the makeup, eyeliner, whatever. Do you? If you don't like that kind of stuff, don't do it. There is a demographic of people out there in this world full of humans that will love you for just the way you are. And I want you to know that, because that's why I'm laboring right here, because I want you to know that, from me to you. And if you don't feel beautiful, listen, you DM me and let's have a conversation because I really feel strongly about that. So we talked about the money. We just talked about the looks. And you know what? Let me just go back to looks. Looks can be anything. It could be down to the type of clothes you wear. You feeling obligated to buy name brand clothes just because the people that you are with has name brand. I have quite a few friends that wear, basically 100% name brand items. I don't participate. I don't even know if I have. Yeah, I do. But I mean, come on, not compared to, I think I like got one or two items. And yeah. So you don't need to kind of keep up with the Joneses. If that's their flavor, let them be extra in extra creamy, extra zesty. I'm okay with just being my regular flavor over here, doing my own thing cuz I still feel like I got it going on. And that's the way you need to feel as well. So, we talked about money, we talked about looks. What about character? So, when we talk about character, there may be some things that you grew up doing, you grew up saying, maybe some mannerisms that you have. And if my friend is watching this, they're gonna be like, "You was talking about me." Yes, I was. So I have a really bad habit of rubbing my tongue on the inside of my teeth while I'm just sitting there, and I really don't even realize I'm doing it. It's kind of like a nervous habit. So if I'm sitting there, I'll be doing that, and it looks like my chin is. Y'all see that? So I didn't even realize I was doing it. So 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 if I'm sitting there, maybe I'm watching TV or I'm distracted, I'm doing something, and I might, start doing that, right? So this person like will get in front of me and do it back to me, whatever. And I'm like, what is that about? Like that, that's me. Quit, making me feel uncomfortable about what I do. Just stop it. So, you have to be able to be your true, authentic self, even down to whatever quirks and stuff that you have. I don't need to get a person's approval to be, all right? To just exist, to be authentically me. And so, and I'm not saying that that person makes me feel that way, but in the big scheme of things, we really need to be able to be in an environment. And I don't want to say, go, you celebrate it, I tolerate it. Okay, okay, I got it. But you want to go where you are definitely accepted for who you truly are. Why would you go somewhere where you always have to be careful about how you say or what you wear or or what you do? So, character things, um, I guess I would go as far as to say, um, there might be some things that are what I want to say. Okay, so let me give you this example. When I used to live in Louisiana, they would always say, um, oh my God, they had a little saying they would always say in Louisiana, right? And so oh, yes, indeed. That's what it was. They will always say, yes, indeed. And so you can have a conversation and instead of them saying, uh-huh, they be like, yes, indeed. And so I just remember bringing a friend of mine that didn't live there into that environment. And she was like, why do you say yes, indeed all the time? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And she was really irritated by it. And I said, and that just really made me think about it. These people can't be true to themselves. Because when you really think about it, all of us have something that we say or do on a regular basis, but it's okay for us because we like it. right? We love it. That's just a part of our our personality and how we're made up. But this lady, she was really a little irritated because everyone in that region said yes indeed. And so when we talk about our character, if that's your word, if that's your thing, then you need to be able to say it and be accepted, right? So um so we talked about money. We talked about looks. We talked about different types of little character flaws and different things. Let's dive into, certain actions because when I think about certain actions that are conditional on your love, and then we're gonna get into what's when people say, "Oh, I love unconditionally." No, you don't. So we're gonna come back to that. But when we're talking about conditional love, which is our topic tonight, there are certain actions that I have several, girlfriends from over the years, from way back high school. I still know some people from elementary school that I hooked up with on Facebook. But my point for bringing that up is there was a certain nickname that I had back then when I was in high school. And I used to write this nickname all over the school, all over, because that was back then where you just wrote on everything and defaced everything. And somehow, I don't even know if I should be telling y'all this, but we used to get this lighter and put it up towards the ceiling in the restroom and like burn the words of stuff. We was totally destructive, and right. And so the janitor, I guess he asked around to say, "Who is this?" And he found me one day, and he was like, "Okay, I'm tired of painting over everything that you put around this school. Stop it." So, that wasn't a good example of certain actions, but what and I'm not even sure how I got off over there. I just gave y'all that little tidbit. But my old nickname was Miss Kim. And so even in high school, they called me Miss Kim, and it was everywhere. Okay, but back to conditional love. Can y'all tell I love the village? I love y'all. I just love coming here every Thursday talking to y'all. So, just bear with me tonight. And I'm gonna be back on it tomorrow next week. But listen, when we talk about certain actions, I'm really speaking to you can't be yourself and act a certain way. You have to be maybe more upscale to fit in with a certain crowd, or you have to kind of dumb yourself down so that you don't appear to be smart, to be with someone who likes to be the big person in the room, right? We should never have to dumb ourselves down to fit in. So being authentic, being true is something that I really want to drive home tonight. And I really want us to challenge ourselves to really take an inventory to find out, are we giving conditional love to others? Is there someone in my life that when they come around, I like nitpick, or I make them feel uncomfortable, or I joke around with them, and it's about different things about them, or I'm asking stuff of them to make myself feel better. Anything of that nature, you want to come back and say, "Listen, I just saw a podcast the other day, and I kind of feel like I may have not been treating you properly, and I want to apologize for that," because we have to own it. If that's something that you know that you've been doing, please own that. Address that individual and give them back the liberty, give them back the right to just be themselves. So we talked about a lot as it pertains to conditional love. But when we love someone unconditionally, I have a best male friend, and I'm gonna tell you, we don't agree on a lot of stuff. But one of the things I love about him is that when we don't agree, we can come to the table and present our case, right? I can listen to his side, he can listen to my side, and at the end of the day, sometimes I'm like, "You know what? I'm coming over to your side because I really never saw it from that perspective." So, unconditional love allows me to be different, allows me to think different, allows me to look different. It allows for the good, the bad, and the ugly. All three of them make up each one of us. There's parts about me that, he don't have to have. There are parts about me that he just loves, and there's parts about me that that are funny, and we have learned um how to joke about different things in a non judgmental way. You know, if I have a friend that always wants to dissect stuff and overthink stuff, and I'm like, and I can just tell when they're gonna do it. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. Come on, because I know you're getting ready to die. I know you're getting ready to break this thing down. How you doing, Mr. Wright? I know you're getting ready to break this thing down and judge it and take it all the way down to the nitty gritty. Come on with it. Now it's not something that I like, but this is my friend, and they are a analytical person. I'm not. So I need to give them space to kind of break stuff down, talk about it, analyze it, pick it apart, and then, look at all the pieces and stuff. That's just their thing. And I don't want to make them feel like, well, they cannot be true and authentic around me. So here's my point, everyone. No matter what a person's quirks are, no matter what a person does or how they dress, and let me go deeper. How they smell. Come on, we have to be able to accept people where they are and how they are. And I know somebody was like, "How they smell? Oh, I ain't do. Nah, 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 nah." Okay, but if they're doing their best right now, or you have the ability to help them be better, come on, either one of those. You still have to unconditionally love them, because otherwise you're putting conditions on it. Oh, I don't want to sit by Susie because her breath be. Now it might sound funny, but this is stuff that's really going on, and it's hurtful to the person who is doing the best they can. And this person probably just need a friend that can just, befriend them first before you start trying to make corrections. Come on. Just needs a good friend that can come on in and say, "Hey, you know, that have you thought about this? Have you thought about that?" But by this time, y'all are friends. So it's okay to kind of have those, transparent conversations. There's some people on this live right now that I've had to have some very transparent conversations with over the years. I had to pull them to the side and say, "Hey, huh? Hey." But by that time we had a relationship. And no matter what I said, it may have been a hard topic to discuss, but at the end of the day, they knew my heart. And the proof is they on this live right now. So when I talk about conditional love, we cannot continue to put conditions on other people for them to be a puppet and dance around to make us feel better about ourselves. us to feel better about being around them. We have to allow people to be themselves, to be comfortable in their own skin. And one thing I try to do more and more, and I didn't even realize I was doing it so much, but when I see people, I like to pay them a compliment. I like to find something positive about them and say it. I think it's a good habit to have. It opens up the door for friendship. We have to first show ourselves to be friendly before we can, expect someone else to be friendly, right? So, listen, we're talking about conditional love. And I just want to ensure that I'm driving this home that you are thebomb.com, right? You are all of that, a bag of chips with a Snapple on the side. And Snapple is still the good stuff. So don't let anyone dim your light to fit in. Don't let anyone um, make you feel less than a person, that you can't be your true authentic self, because they are then putting conditions on you to qualify for they're putting conditions and terms, right? Like a contract, conditions and terms agreement for you to fit into their world. And if you think about it, their world is small compared to the world that we live in. I'm okay not being in their world if it means I have to change to fit in it. Okay? So listen, like I said, I've been traveling. I went to the Seabreeze Jazz Fest just recently, and so there's highlights from Boney James and Regina Bell on my page. Go on over to Facebook, check it out. It was fantabulous. Try to go next year if you can. Um, and then next week, I'm bringing a special guest on. It's you're going to love, 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 love it. And I'm not even going to tell you right now because I want you to be surprised and I want you to come back. So I just want to say, set yourself free, spread your wings because it's time to fly. Village, I love y'all, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.